Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Estate Happy Hour with the Hambrights. How are you?
Doing good.
Good. So excited to talk to y'all today. It's been a little bit. I know I was about to say, we were just talking about it. It's been busy. Busy out there.
And then you have to think about it. You're like, okay, we have this little calendar at home that's like a count backwards to Christmas. So I changed it this morning. It was like 18 days. I'm like, okay.
18 days of Christmas. That's crazy.
No, I feel like we're ringing in the new year.
We were.
Is that okay? Okay, so it's not just me.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, good. Okay, so for the first timers who may be, joining us for the first time, we gotta tell them a little bit about yourself. This dynamic duo that we have here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm Stefan. She's Ashley, and we're the Hambright team with Coldwell Banker Legacy Realtors, and we're the Hambright team.
Yes, and always full of so much energy, as you can tell, folks.
We do our best.
We have a blast on this show. But a lot of it is y'all are just so informative. Y'all are authentic and informative, and that's kind of what you're all about, really.
Yeah, we're a friend. We're just trying to help.
Yeah.
You're a professional in that world, and the real estate world. But we also want to make it where people can understand what they're doing and just be part of that journey with them. That's our favorite part.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's kind of jump in and get started because you always bring an update with you. So, okay, tell us what's going on.
So we have seen the market in all different aspects over the last couple of years.
Yes, we have.
Well, and the nice thing is we're coming to a neutral market. We've been saying the word leveling a lot, and we could feel it leveling, and we could feel it coming, where things are just
starting to get right here.
We're just catching up. And so really, we feel, now, of course, without that crystal ball, how long it will last, but right now we're neutral. So the buyers have homes to buy, the sellers have buyers to sell their homes to.
Right.
So it's a really, really good market that we are in. And we're very blessed that we have that market.
Yeah, most definitely. So what should people be watching out for? Anything in particular this time?
It's just looking for your home. And we're going to talk about some myths that people have in their minds and kind of getting ready to buy a home in 2023, and just to kind of keep in mind that it's okay to buy a home right now. There's a lot of things we're going to talk about, and it's just really debunking a lot of the things that may be holding people back.
Okay. Well, I'm ready for this. Let's dive right in. Let's dive right in. I'm excited.
All right. So my first one I'm going to start with is don't let the myths limit your search. That's the biggest thing. Once you tell people you're going to start looking for a home, get ready. They're going to tell you every story they've ever heard from everybody they've ever known, which is fine. They're coming from a place of caring.
Right.
But don't let that scare you. They're trying to help. We understand that, but that's not a lot of people's journeys.
Right.
And so it's really just making sure that you find a team or a realtor or a lender, everybody in your team that's going to help you feel, like we've talked about, having a team of people behind you that you feel comfortable with, but they're going to guide you into finding what works in your market. Because we know our market. I don't know Dallas's market. You know, Dallas market.
Apples and oranges.
Yeah. But so if you're hearing stuff from other places, also keep in mind that may not be what's happening in your local market. So that's why connecting with a local realtor who knows the market, who works in the market, and finds himself in the market, is going to be your most trusted resource.
Living here and knowing what's going on. Well, and I'm glad you said that, because everybody's got a story, like you said, but we're all individuals, and so we all have our own story. So their story may not be your story.
And everybody's journey is different. And like we've said repeatedly, there's no such thing as a perfect journey, but you have people who can help guide you through some of the things that may arise. And like we said, we've seen weird stuff happen, and things may come up that we know how to navigate. And there may be things we haven't seen, but we know who to go to help navigate those things. So, but again, having that resource to go to like us is going to be your best bet to make it a really, really as seamless as possible process.
Yes, because like you said, y'all have a team behind you as well. So it's like basically people are like doubling and tripling their team if they go with y'all.
Yes. And that's ultimate goal, is just to make sure those people are getting what they need and where they're trying to go. That's our job.
Yep. Definitely. Okay. All right. Well, that's a good, myth number one, debunked. All right. What else?
Check that off the list. Well, the one I hear probably the most doing this all these years is you have to put 20% down to buy a home.
Yeah, I think we've all heard that. Yeah.
It's a strange one to me because it's like a generational thing. Your mom and dad says that, your grandma says that. Like, you got to put 20% down to buy a home.
And which is great if you can.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine.
No
a lot of
power to
people
you.
do.
Yeah.
But It's
you don't
not
have to.
Yes, you don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah, there's so many loan products and loan programs out there for literally any type of person out there, because you got first time home buyer, you got programs for that. You have down payment assistant programs that you can utilize as well. So really the number one thing you need to do is get with a local lender.
And your realtor can help connect you.
Yes, absolutely. And review those options because they'll lay it all out there where, hey, these are a couple different options you can pick from. And then it's your home buying journey. Whatever one you feel most confident and comfortable, then you can move forward. It's not always one-to-one. It's 20% down every single time. That's just not the truth. So that's really the one, doing this so many years, that's the number one. If I had a nickel for every single time I heard that throughout the years, I'd be a rich man.
We wouldn't be sitting here.
Exactly.
So that's really like the big one that we just keep hearing.
Okay. Well, and I'm sure that kind of hinders, a lot of people, even in their search, because they're looking, what's 20% of this price? And that's great to know that you don't have to do that.
No, absolutely not.
Well, and it kind of ties into, something we'll kind of just tie into it right now is, interest rates. We're hearing so much about, I'm not buying right now because interest rates are so high. Well, historically, they're still significantly lower than they've been. I mean, this is not the highest they've ever been. They are higher than they were the last couple of years. And again, we all know why weird stuff happened the last couple of years. But it's just, remember to keep in mind, you can have your payment where you need it to be, even if those interest rates are high. So as long as your payment works for you, you're good. Your lender's going to translate that sales price into a comfortable monthly budget payment for you that you tell them where you want to be. And remember, interest rates being high, if you're renting, you're paying 100% interest to somebody else's mortgage. So you may as well get something for yourself, even if it's a little higher, you're still going to come out ahead because you're always going to build equity. The markets are what the markets are, so you're most likely going to have some appreciation in your property. So just keep that in mind too when you're going through that. You need to take care of you before you take care of somebody else's mortgage.
Right. And that's a great way to put it. I'm glad you broke it down like that because, some people, they may not realize that that's what they're doing.
What I like to say is a local lender says this all the time, and it's really stuck with me, is fall in love with your dream home. And fall in love with your payment. Don't fall in love with the interest rate because you can always change that down the road.
You can always refinance.
You can always refinance. But if your dream home is there,
and
it may not come again.
And we're going to talk about that here in a minute.
Absolutely.
One of our next ones.
Most definitely. But we got to, of course, speaking of payments, we got to get to the credit myth. What is the credit myth?
You have to have perfect credit. No. We're always more shocked when we hear somebody who comes in saying they have perfect credit than once you say they don't need to have credit, they need to have something worked on. Now, as your realtor, we're not looking at that stuff. That's the lenders looking at the credit, and of course they're going to know all of that.
Goes back to that team
all
thing.
All we know is, yes, there may be something to work on. We're ready to go right now, but the clients usually kind of fill us where they are. But again, that's not something we need to know necessarily. But you do not have to have an 800 credit score to buy a house.
Good to know.
Now, there are minimums, and depending on which programs you're going for, and the lenders are going to break it down for you.
Of course.
So they'll pull that, and then they'll say, okay, so here's where you are, here's where this one is, or whatever the case may be. But there's some programs that can go 620. There's some, they're all over the place. So it's really getting in there to get those answers. And then they'll also translate that into, okay, the lender will look at it, okay, you may need to fix this, and it might be as easy as that. Or they might get you with a credit repair company, and it'll take a couple months to get it fixed. But that credit repair company is literally going to break it down for you step by step on this is what you need to do to fix that, to get where you're trying to go.
Like Ashley always says, it's not a no in that situation.
Right now.
Not right now.
Exactly.
And it might be a right now, because some people may think that their credit score is one thing, because like the Credit Karmas of the world, and those have different, base models. I'm not sure, that's not the word I'm trying to put, came to my brain. But just they're a little bit more inflated than what your lender might be looking at, or vice versa. So they're not 100% accurate. So the model that your lender's going to have to look at is going to be what's in their system, which is what the federal government mandates they use.
Right.
So and those are things, again, that your lender is going to help guide you through. And so that way you can make the best decision, whether it's right now, hey, I'm, my credit score is good enough that I feel comfortable with this program, or let me work on it a little bit because this one sounds better. You're going to look at all that. And that's the best part. You'll leave that meeting having all those answers.
Yeah.
Know
what to do.
Yeah.
Know what to do. That's the main part. Because I think a lot of folks, money, numbers, it's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah.
And it's easier. And I'm a very visual person.
Yeah.
I have to see things written out and touch them. And so having that resource available to you is so helpful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you have that game plan, like Ashley was talking about.
Yeah, making a game plan.
And you have all the answers, whether it's right now or down the road. You feel confident moving forward. And that's the name of the game. It really is. Yeah, absolutely.
Because again, we're just trying to give you information.
Yes.
What you choose to do with it is on you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're here to help. That's why you have the team behind you, helping you make those decisions that work for you.
Yes, exactly. Well, okay, so speaking of making those decisions, watching the market, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are we doing, Stefan? What are we doing?
Well, and it's like, some people are like, oh, we need to time the market.
Right.
I need it to be a buyer's market before I do, or I need it to be a seller's market, or I won't buy a house in the winter.
Yeah.
No.
Why wouldn't you want to buy?
Yes.
The seasons don't matter.
No, well, if anything, like, well, here's else. I'll have people come and visit.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
I'm not going to buy a house in the winter because I saw an HGTV. I'm not supposed to. I'm like,
Got to do it in the spring. It's just like that 20% thing. It's just like,
Yeah.
and if that's when you want to buy one, great.
Good
I
for
mean,
you.
it's up to you if you have a rent or your lease is coming due,
Yeah.
or whatever that's the timeline. Then great, fine.
Yeah.
But if you're ready to go now and your dream house is here now, you can buy a house in December or January. It's okay. I mean, honestly, December and January, like right now, we're already lining some up for January and February.
Oh, okay, nice.
So people are there finding their home. It's their time. So if it is the right time for you to buy a house and your house is there, go for it all day long. Because the thing is, that house, if you wait and say you found that dream house and then you're like, let me just wait till after Christmas, or let me wait till after New Year's, there's a really good chance somebody else is going to get that house. And then what? Are you going to still want that house, but it's gone, and then you're going to be looking for other things that even come close to it?
Yeah.
You don't want to put yourself in that position, especially when you're spending this much money on something.
Right.
So
and
if it's your time, go for it.
yes. So basically, what I'm gathering from this session that we're having is, it's just a really individual process.
It is.
It's different for everybody.
Yes.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
There's never been one transaction or one client or anything that had been similar. There's similarities,
Right.
but there's never been one that's been the same, because every buyer's different, every seller's different, and then the people on the other side are different.
Yeah. You got to think about the sellers too. Yeah.
So it's just keeping in mind that we look at everything on an individual basis, and we take care of everybody on an individual basis.
Yeah. Oh, well, that is just amazing. We covered so much today. This is great.
And there's more.
So I was about to say, there's so much more.
The list goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Ashley doing this all these years. I mean, we've heard so many. My uncle told me this. My grandpa told me this when he bought a house 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And, it's stuff sometimes off the wall type of things. And
Good intention.
Yeah.
We understand
Right.
that,
Good
but it may
intention.
not be reflective of what's going on in today's market. They may have bought those homes in the 90s or 10 years ago or whenever, or even 3 years ago.
Right.
yeah, it's completely different.
different.
Yeah. So what we like to do is that first meeting. I know we've talked about that, get that game plan. So when we sit down for the first time is we ask those questions.
Right.
And so what have you heard? What are your concerns? And then if it's one of these myths, then we can talk about it, address it, and move on. And then they feel more confident. That's the best thing. Whenever you're able to kind of debunk one of those myths, you're like, no, that's not really how it is. It's almost a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay, I can actually move forward with my home buying
Like
journey.
you said, people have it in their head sometimes that things are a certain way, and it may not be that way.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's why it's sitting down and having those open, honest conversations. So we're here to support you guys through that process. There's never a judgment. There's never anything. You can ask us anything. Within reason, of course. But, just keeping in mind that that's why we are here.
Right.
To help
Right.
whatever it is, because you may have some insecurities or some fears that we didn't cover today.
Yeah.
And that's
Right.
okay. Let us know.
Yeah. Y'all are just, y'all are like the therapist, the real estate therapist.
There's so much truth to that.
Got one of those little beds right there.
Yeah,
Kind
it's
of go
like,
like this. Like, tell me the
actually,
problems. Yeah.
It started on a Tuesday. Yeah.
That's a whole different episode.
I know. We need that episode, I think. I think we need that episode.
We also need the bottle of wine open.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, awesome, guys. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing all this great information with everybody watching. So how do people get a hold of y'all? How do they start this process?
Well, you see our website right there,
Yep.
handbright-team.com. That's a great website. Has a lot of handy dandy tools where you can look for homes. Has all of our contact information. Obviously, you can call, text anytime. We're by our phones.
We're also full of handy dandy information.
Yeah. And then obviously we're very active on social media, so you can always find us there. So, but what we'd like to do before we sign off here, have a little something for you in the holiday season.
Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. Oh, you got that logo. Oh, and it says Home Sweet Home.
Yeah.
That is cute. So buy a house in December. Maybe you will get one of these.
Yeah.
Buys a house from us during the year. Christmas presents from
Well,
us.
that is so cute. Oh my goodness. Yeah, y'all think of the detail. They're detail people, everybody.
Again, we become family and friends.
Yeah.
And, I mean, again, you're stuck with us when you work with us. But we just love our clients, and we're so appreciative, especially, you know, this time of year. It just really, you have to start putting things in perspective, and you just really look back and you're like, wow, you know, we were so blessed to help so many families find their homes, or, you know, move on to the next chapter of their life, whatever it may be. But we are always so humbled when we sit back and look back at this time of year.
Oh, yes. I mean, we can't top that. That's it. That's a good message, everybody. Good message. Take some time to reflect. Well, thank y'all again so much for coming on and sharing all this info. And hey, folks, get a hold of them. Start your process whenever you want.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Absolutely.
All righty. Well, thank you all so much for watching. We will see you next time.
Bye.